So in 2022 and 2023, I was talking about building the right system. So I've had a very interesting journey from 2018, 2019 to 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And as I went through this journey with every single one of you, a lot of advisors asked me, Sanjay, what are you going to share with us in 2024? So guys, in 2024, there is something that I really want to share with you and I want to help you focus on. And I want you to understand that the most important thing going forward will be about asset structuring. How do you structure assets so that they become ready for inheritance for the next generation? So when it comes to asset structuring, there are a few things that are very, very important. Number one, you need to understand tax planning. Insurance is a product that's been used for tax planning in multiple countries. And if you understand the basics of insurance, insurance is the only tax-free product that's pretty much left from an investment perspective. The way you structure your company, the way you use insurance as an investment, the way you structure the legal and compliance. Because one of the most important things that's happened is a lot of businesses, when they earn money, they have forgotten that they need to keep the money, the documentation to prove how they got that money. I want you to think about this. If you have $100 in your pocket, but you cannot tell me where you got that $100 from, that is money laundering, or that's probably theft. But if you have $100 million and you have the documents that prove exactly how you got that $100 million, from a compliance legal perspective, you are protected. It's very important that as we work with clients around the world, we are living in a very global economy. People are working multi-countries. They've got suppliers from one country. They've got buyers in the other country. There are very few businesses that are left what we call domestic. Majority of businesses have gone international. Think about it. The smallest businesses, their suppliers are outside their home country. Their buyers are outside their home country. And we are living in a very international environment. And as we grow in this environment, it's very important to understand how do you structure these assets. So I want to make sure that I spend a lot of time this year with my mentees, and this is what I really want to do, is spend time with you guys to help you understand how insurance can help with asset structuring. Interest rates will definitely start changing. We are going to see interest rates start to drop. And when interest rates start to drop, we're going to see asset values again jump up. We're expecting all assets to actually appreciate. And that's going to be a problem because as assets appreciate, that will increase your tax liabilities. It would increase your, from inheritance taxes to capital gain taxes to income taxes. You're going to see a lot of things that would affect the value that people are going to have to pay governments to be able to take care of their own assets, right? So if you're not focusing on asset structuring, the way you hold these assets, should you use a trust? Should you use a foundation? Should you use another structure, a holding company? What should be the structure that you use that will allow you to become productive? So I want you to think about this, that this is an opportunity that very few advisors have specialized in, which is asset structuring. Now, when you work in the asset structuring world, it is not an individual advisor's capacity. Nobody can do this alone. You need to have a team. You need to have a team of lawyers, accountants, investment advisors that would work with you to make sure that you can build the right structure. So I want you all to understand that in 2024, it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. It's about being able to collaborate with the right professionals, with the right people to grow your business. Because insurance is one element of financial planning. Financial planning has a lot of elements. I want you to think about this. When we talk about retirement planning, there are 6 sources of income that you can have when you do retirement. So I'm just talking about retirement planning right now. If you're talking about just retirement planning, there are 6 potential sources of income that you can have in retirement. Number 1, rental income from properties. It's probably one of the most common ways that people have used to build a retirement plan. is using rental income from properties. Number two, interest from fixed deposits. A lot of people love to do fixed deposits and they live off the interest from those fixed deposits. Number three, dividends from equities. I know a lot of clients who've got equity portfolios that are dividend paying and they live off those dividends, right? So that's number three. Number four, coupons from a bond portfolio. I have a lot of clients who have a bond portfolio that keep paying them regular coupons that allows them to get through retirement. Number five is social security. The government does take care of you if you've been able to take care of your social security contributions, etc. So if you have been contributing to your social security, there's a very high chance that you can use some of that social security funds to get through retirement. And number six is endowments and annuities, which is our business. So there are 6 sources of income, but which is the most appropriate for your family? Which is the one that will help you get through retirement? Which is the one that uses least management? Which is the one that allows you to take a break, a real retirement? So Devendra and Vinay have just asked a question. In India, if the premium is above 5 lakhs, it has become taxable. And that's absolutely correct, Vinay. Guys, all around the world, insurance will soon fall into the tax category. I want you to remember this, that it is going to happen in a lot of part of the world. And therefore, it's very important that you understand that we've got another maybe 3-4 years before the whole world removes the tax advantages that insurance brings to the table. Because as more and more people use insurance as a tax advantage tool, right? Insurance as a tax advantage will disappear. So I want all of you all to know this, that it's very important that we've got another 3-4 years before that actually gets implemented. So it's your time to focus on helping clients understand that we've got about 3 or 4 years before that tax advantages will be removed. Now, I do remember that a lot of mentees of mine that had joined me in 2018 and 2019 have today become leaders in their own rights. They are very well to do. They're doing very well. They've built the right system. And this is truly what motivates me with sharing with all of you. The reason why I'm doing all the sharing is because I really want every single one of you to be able to achieve all your targets that you set. So what should be your mindset in 2024? I want you to think about this. What should be your mindset in 2024? Whenever you do planning, you have to learn to break down your plan into 4 quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And the reason why we break it down into quarters is every quarter, your product choice will change. You have to remember that in Q1, reinsurance treaties get signed, which means now all the insurance companies have got fresh capacity to underwrite risk. If you have a big risk case, if you have a big, large case, a very good time to position that case is in Q1 and Q2. Because by Q3, Q4, those capacities start to get consumed. So if you haven't put in a good case by January, February, March, April, or May, you're probably going to be focusing a lot more towards saving products rather than insurance products. So if you want to focus on protection, January, February, March, April, May, these are 5 months that you can focus a lot on protection. June onwards, you will be focusing a lot more towards saving products. June, July, August, September, October are a lot more saving products. Come November, December, again, it becomes a protection season, but those are specifically for non-medical limits. Insurance companies usually have special offers during November, December for non-medical limits, which are again, but not very small, but it's again a volume game that they're trying to build up a risk pool. So they do provide incentives at that point. So I want you to think about this, that what's going to be your Q1 plan, what's going to be your Q2 plan, Q3 plan, Q4 plan. Every quarter is unique. Every quarter, your product choice will change. Every quarter, your client choice should change. You should know which clients do you focus on in Q1, which clients do you focus on in Q2. Let me give you my schedule. So I'm going to give you my schedule. Guys, take a paper and pen and write this down. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Never eat alone. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Never eat alone. Eat with someone you want to build a relationship with. All right? Eat with someone you want to build a relationship with. If you want to build a relationship with your clients, eat with your clients. If you want to build a relationship with your family, eat with your family. If you want to build a relationship with your team, eat with your team. Whoever you want to build a relationship with, have a meal with them. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, never eat alone. Between breakfast and lunch, you should try and have 5 meetings. When I say the word 5 meetings, it's not about appointments, it's about meetings. Guys, most of our clients don't want to give us an appointment, but they wouldn't mind meeting with us. When you meet with them, your meeting should not be more than 20 to 30 minutes. I want you to think about it. When you meet with a friend, having a cup of coffee or having a cup of tea will not take you more than 15 to 20 minutes. So don't spend more than 15 to 20 minutes with somebody. Maximum 30 minutes, set an alarm for 30 minutes so that you can get up and move on to the next meeting. When you sit in that meeting, the first part that you have to talk about is what have you learned something new about? Learn to add value to whoever you meet with. If you don't add value to the people that you meet, nobody will appreciate what you do, right? So keep this in mind. So learn to add value to people. What would you share in that 20 to 30 minutes that would add value to somebody that you meet with? I want you to think about this. Now, between lunch and dinner, you're supposed to have 5 meetings as well. After dinner, spend some time to learn something new. Spend some time to relax. Spend some time to look at how the day was. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? But I want you to understand that in our business, it's always about meeting people. Going to the office, that discipline is bad. Because if you go to the office, you're not meeting anybody. You're meeting your colleagues, and none of your colleagues are going to buy insurance from you. If you truly want to build one right discipline, build the discipline of meeting people. That's the discipline that you need. If there's one discipline that you practice, make your discipline to talk to people, have a conversation. I know we live in a texting world, right? Where you want to sit and use text. I have a lot of mentees who ask me, Sanjay, can you give me a script? Can you give me a text message that I can send to everybody? Guys, if there's a text message that you want to send to everybody, send one. And I'll give you the text message. Write this down. Hi. Just try it. Send that one word, hi. And you'll be shocked how many people will wait for you to complete the sentence from there. The problem is we have forgotten to have conversations. We've forgotten to have conversations. Talk to anybody. I remember when I joined this business in 23 years ago, my father gave me 4 rules. So I'm going to give you the same 4 rules because I think these are 4 rules that I think everybody should follow because it truly will make you successful. Rule number 1, don't work. And when he said that, I was like, Dad, what do you mean by don't work? He said, Sanjay, giving advice is something that comes naturally to people. We all love to give advice. The only advice we don't like to give is financial advice. So if you make financial advice a part of your personality, and if you can give advice to anybody, it is not work. It's something that you will do naturally. So don't make this work. Make this a part of your personality. give advice because people need advice. So don't make this work. Make this something that you are. So rule number one, don't work. Rule number two, meet people you like every day. If you're meeting people you don't like, what happens is you get demotivated and you want to leave the business. We have good days, we have bad days, but when we're meeting people we like, we can get through bad days very easily. So he said, Sanjay, meet people you like every day. Why can't every day be Sunday? And that's what I realized, that what I need to do is keep meeting people I like. It's not about selling, it's about meeting people we like. Rule number three, give your best advice to anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter who you speak to. It could be a taxi driver, it could be a waiter, it could be the manager of a company, it could be the CEO. It doesn't matter who you meet. Give your best advice to anybody and everybody. I don't know most of you. I truly don't. Now, we've got more than 2,500 people in this session. I don't know most of you guys, but today I'm going to give you my best advice. I'm not going to hold back because that's what my job is. Our job is to give our best advice to anybody and everybody. And rule number four, don't care about the results. You see, a lot of us get worried about the results. I want you to think about this. A lot of us get worried about our results. We get worried that what if I don't hit my sales target? What if I don't hit my... I want you to remove the what if from your brain, and I want you to focus on the discipline of doing what you need to do every day. If you build the right activity structure, the problem is in our business, the reason why we are so worried about results is because we're only meeting maybe 5 or 6 people in a week. I'm talking about meeting 5 to 10 people in a day, where people are meeting 5 to 6 people in a week. That's the difference. It's about meeting a lot of people. It's not about meeting new people. It's about meeting a lot of people. It's continuously meeting people so that you don't lose the ability to have good conversations. So guys, if you follow these 4 rules that my father taught me and you build the right disciplines, there's nothing that will stop you from becoming successful. What are the major changes that I'm seeing in the industry, right? Some of the major changes is that as people become more and more aware about insurance, they will try to buy insurance online. How many of you have seen that trend in your country where a lot of people have started to buy insurance online? Now, why is this important for you to understand? Guys, as the insurance business grows and as people become more and more aware about insurance, the basic insurance products they can purchase online. And that's where specialization is very, very important, because they might be able to buy the basic insurance products online, your health insurance, your car insurance, your travel insurance, even term insurance. Very few people will be able to structure assets correctly. Consumers are becoming more and more informed about products, and they start to do comparisons online. So one thing that I realized is a lot of consumers, they are learning to compare products. And as they compare products, now it becomes a challenge for the insurance companies to stay competitive. But again, that's not your problem. That's the insurance company's problem. The question that you have to answer is, if all the insurance companies have very similar products, which is what we currently live in, we live in a world where insurance companies all have very similar products. And what makes you different as an advisor? Because if all the insurance companies have very similar products, what makes you special? I want you to think about this. As an advisor, the way you position yourself is very, very important. Are you an insurance advisor or are you a life advisor? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. What kind of advisor are you? Because insurance is just a product. Insurance is just a product. There are 4 trends that I want you to think about and I want you to remember. Number 1 is high net worth clients have not bought insurance in the past. It's a very important time to be looking at the potential high net worth market space. A lot of advisors think that high net worth clients buy a lot of insurance or they've already purchased a lot of insurance. The answer is not true. A lot of high net worth clients have not purchased insurance because a lot of high net worth families believe they don't need insurance. So it's a huge market. The second major trend that I'm seeing is comprehensive estate planning. Now, I know a lot of people think that estate planning is about setting up a trust, setting up a foundation. Guys, it's not. Estate planning is a 7-step process. I've written the 7 steps down. Again, like I said, do spend some time on my Facebook group. You will find it. I've written the 7 steps of estate planning. It starts with the legal structure, the tax structure. It then goes on to talk about inheritance. It talks about charity. It talks about asset transfer. It talks about retirement planning. It talks about income strategies. So there are 7 steps to an estate plan. It's not just about setting up a trust or a foundation and that is estate planning. It's not. That's only one part of estate planning. The third trend that I'm looking at is holistic financial planning. As an advisor, it's very important that we focus on giving the full financial plan to our clients. Because our clients actually don't understand what financial planning is. Most of our clients think financial planning is about having money. It's not. Financial planning is about having money at the right time. You might have money today, but if you don't have money after 12 years or 15 years when you truly need money, that's bad financial planning. So financial planning is about having money at the right time. It's not just about having money. It's about having money at the right time. The fourth trend, and I think this is probably one of the most important trends, is asset structuring knowledge. If you don't understand the changes in regulations, globally, there is a major change in regulation that is coming, which is going to be affecting you from international law, taxes, disclosure of assets. You see, guys, 23 years ago when I joined this business, AML guidelines, the anti-money laundering guidelines, were very different from the anti-money laundering guidelines that we have today. We could accept cash as premium. Today, every premium has to be transferred with a bank, through a bank. We could accept, we would have normal signatures. Today, we have digital signatures. Regulations have changed. We couldn't do cross-border business. Today, we can do business in multiple countries. Many countries, if you are a citizen of another country, you could be buying insurance in another country. Your competition could be coming from outside your country, not from inside your country. We could be doing international work. There are many international financial advisors in the market. So as the regulation changes, as the global financial landscape changes, asset structuring knowledge will become very, very important. Think about this, that people today can buy insurance from different countries. People can keep money in different countries. We didn't have any CRS 23 years ago. There was no CRS. There was no FATCA, right? There was no FATCA. There was no CRS. And as all these regulations keep changing, the way we provide advice, the way we structure our assets will get affected. And therefore, it's very important that you understand how to structure assets. Guys, there was a simple reason why I'm trying to do today's session. I want you to understand what are the strategies that you need to do for planning for 2024. The frameworks that I share, I might be repeating some of the frameworks because I think it's important. There might be some theories that I'm sharing. Guys, I'm not a trainer. I want to make this very clear that I'm not a trainer. I'm not sharing theories with you. I'm sharing with you exactly what I do every day. And my framework keeps changing. So if you think I'm doing the same thing every year, I'm not. My strategy changes every year. And the reason why my strategy changes every year is because I identify the trends for that year and I make a change. So my strategy for 2024 is going to be focusing towards asset structuring. When I do asset structuring, like I said, it's not a one man's job. I have a whole team of lawyers, accountants that work with me to help with structuring the assets correctly. Insurance becomes a very important fundamental part of that structure. So I keep updating my strategies over time and I keep sharing with you every time I make changes, I love to share with everyone. So I'm not holding anything back. I love to share with every single one of you because I don't treat any of you as competition. I truly believe that all of us are working for the same purpose, is protecting families. And I truly believe in the art of collaboration. We're not trying to compete with anyone. We're trying to make sure that everyone takes care of everyone else. So I keep updating my strategy. Guys, 23 years ago when I joined this business, I was doing cases where I was collecting premiums of $50 and $100 in a month. I managed to barely get my first MDRT when I was 19. And last year, I've had my best year ever. I truly had a record year where I did 1,200 MDRT. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because I truly believe that if I can do it, so can you. If you can build the right system, the right discipline. My target this year is to try and do one COT every day. So I'm a little bit behind because as of today, I should have finished 3 TOT because today is the 6th of January. So if I'm doing one COT every day, that means I'm trying to do one TOT every 2 days. So in 6 days, I should have done 3 TOTs. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind schedule. So I have done 2 TOTs so far. I'm not going to give a blame to anyone, but I have not been too well for the last 2 days. However, that shouldn't have stopped me from getting what I want to get. So I do want to share with every single one of you that what I'm focusing on in 2024 is asset structuring. The reason for today's session, why am I doing a free session today, is because I realized a lot of hardworking advisors are lost. And it's because in 2023, a lot of people just stagnated. I saw them not performing. I saw them going around in the same circle over and over again. They were not doing anything special. Interest rates were going high. They got scared about interest rates going high and the insurance products not being competitive enough to maintain or to manage that interest rate hike because interest rates only went up. The short-term interest rates went up. The long-term interest rates did not go up. So 2024 is expected to be a challenging year. Now, I want to show you what I've been secretly working on for the last 18 months to stay relevant. So number one is I turned 40 in 2023, and I spent a lot of hours sitting down and trying to think that now that I'm 40, what would be the next 40 years of my life? What do I want to be doing over the next 40 years? And I documented down everything that I did in the last 22 years. What were the high net worth strategies that I used? And I documented every single one of those strategies down. And I realized that the correct thing that I do is I structure assets correctly. I realized I have a gift, and the gift is to be able to structure assets in such a way that the income can get passed on for multiple generations, the assets can get passed on for multiple generations. And that's what I realized, that I need to create this word, which is asset structuring. So my target in 2024 is to try and help every single one of you to restructure your business and focus on asset structuring as well. Because I truly believe that's where the magic in our business is. And every single one of you has that opportunity. Every single one of you has that opportunity to grow in this business. Guys, we will take a short break now, and I want to come back and I want to talk a little bit about what are the different things that I want you to learn. So we'll take a quick short break. Harris, could you take it over from here?
Yep. All right, no worries. So it's 8:03 p.m. right now, Singapore time. So we'll take a 15-minute break. So we'll be back at 18 p.m. or when Dr. Sanjay returns. I think we also have a video to play for you. Is that right? Just checking. I think there is a special video for the break time. If not, I just want to make sure that everybody here has downloaded your PDF notes. Again, that's available in the link at the top of the description on the Facebook Live post, right? So make sure you download your PDF notes so you can follow along. And actually, Dr. Sanjay has been, using that. So if anybody is interested, you're kind of on page 13 or 14 right now. All right, so yes, we have a video, so you can play that anytime, and I'll take a step back.
From 1 MDRT to over 1,000 MDRT in 2023. Today, I'm finally going to reveal some of the most significant changes that made my career have that exponential growth and how you can get started with it too. Wouldn't it be great if you had that new skill and that new market to bring you up inside 2024? A skill that gives you a competitive advantage over others in the market and allows you to start off with the high net worth market right away. After coaching more than over 1,000 top advisors globally, I realized what differentiates top advisors from the rest is their mastery of the art of closing big cases by entering the high net worth market. Certainly, there are multiple paths to enter the high net worth market and closing bigger cases, but after a decade of testing and figuring things out, I found that the most efficient and the impactful way to kickstart this journey is through asset structuring. That day, I realized, and it made that complete change that I wanted and the way I think. I used to believe that I had to start with moderately affluent clients and then gradually work my way up to be with the ultra rich. But I was wrong. In fact, I've seen many of my mentees start with high net worth clients right from the day one and never look back. And I want to show you how you can similarly start off from the top as well. Would you want to learn about asset structuring? If yes, click on the button below for more information.